Jake Paul, a name that echoes in every corner of the boxing and social media world. Whether you're a fan or a critic, there's no denying that Jake Paul knows how to stay in the spotlight. But what happens when the spotlight starts to burn too bright? What did Jake Paul do that made everything come crashing down? Today we're going to dive into Jake Paul's latest shocking move that led to his collapse. Stick with us as we explore the decision that might have changed his career forever. The rise of Jake Paul. Before we dive into what just happened, let's take a quick look at how Jake Paul got to this point. Starting as a controversial YouTuber, Jake Paul has turned himself into a professional boxer, shocking the world with unexpected wins against big names like former UFC fighters Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren. His ability to promote his fights, his personality, and his bravado have drawn in millions of viewers. Love him or hate him, but Jake Paul wasn't just in the ring for fame. He was on a mission to prove that YouTubers and influencers could be taken seriously in the world of sports. However, with success came enormous pressure. Every move Jake made was being watched closely, and with that kind of pressure, the cracks began to show. The move that shocked everyone. Now let's talk about what led to this major collapse. Recently, Jake Paul made a decision that took everyone by surprise. He went from being on top of the world to facing backlash from fans, critics, and even fellow fighters. But what exactly did he do? Jake decided to take on a much bigger opponent, someone no one expected him to challenge. Up until now, Jake had been fighting athletes from the MMA world, but this time he set his sights on an undefeated boxing champion. This was seen as a major step up, but also a risky one. Many thought Jake would take some time before stepping into the ring with a real boxer of this caliber. But Jake needed to prove himself. To show he could hang with the best led him to rush this decision. And that when things started to go wrong, the backlash once Jake Paul announced the fight, the internet exploded. Fans were divided. Some thought Jake was fearless, taking on an actual professional boxer with an unbeaten record. Others thought this was career suicide. Jake Paul is done. He's biting off more than he can chew. Can't wait to see Jake get knocked out for real this time. But it wasn't just the fans who were critical. Several high-profile boxers and MMA fighters started chiming in, calling Jake's decision reckless. Even his own team was rumored to be worried behind the scenes. But Jake wasn't backing down. He was confident, maybe a little too confident, and this decision would soon turn into his biggest regret. The fight build-up. The build-up to the fight was intense. Jake, always a master of promotion, knew how to get people talking. He started trash-talking his opponent, creating hype and selling tickets. But behind the scenes there was tension. Rumors started surfacing that Jake wasn't training as hard as he should have been. Some insiders claimed that Jake had become too comfortable with his fame, underestimating his opponent. Others said that the pressure of this fight was getting to him. Either way, the cracks in Jake's armor were becoming visible. And then came fight night, the moment of collapse, the moment everyone was waiting for, the fight of Jake Paul live. Fans tuned in from all over the world, eager to see if Jake could pull off another upset, or if this would be the end of his boxing journey. From the first round it was clear something was wrong. Jake didn't look like the fighter we had seen before. His movements were slow, his reactions delayed. He was being outclassed, outboxed, and out of his depth. The energy in the arena shifted. Jake Paul was collapsing right before our eyes. Round after round, Jake struggled. His opponent was relentless, landing punches that shook Jake to his core. And then in the final round it happened, the moment that would be replayed 1,000 times. Jake Paul hit the canvas. The crowd was silent for a moment and then erupted in shock. Jake Paul had just collapsed. Jake Paul collapse shocked the world, but it also showed just how high the stakes are in the world of boxing. Fame and fortune can only take you so far in the ring. It's about skill, discipline, and respect for the sport. Will Jake Paul learn from this and come back stronger? Or has this collapse marked the beginning of the end for his boxing career? Only time will tell. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on Jake Paul and the biggest moments in boxing. Until next time, stay tuned and keep fighting.